Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you, late this morning for a Tuesday album review. And this is for episode 7 of the Tuesday album review for Sleeping with Sirens I'm doing for their album Gossip that I just got done listening to. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this new Tuesday album review that I'm going to be reviewing and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Now, this is their, I believe, 5th studio album. And what did I think of it overall? Well, it's decent. It's not the best thing I've heard from their discography. I have to get into their discography, to be honest, because I only listened to How It Feels to Be Lost and this one, of course, and the deluxe edition for How It Feels to Be Lost. So I've only listened to the recent stuff from them, the kind of newest stuff from them. But this album's almost 4 years old, and I think the beginning was kind of boring, to be honest. Like, from tracks 1 to 6 were just big letdowns, including this last song, War. War wasn't bad, just not my favorite song. But the deluxe edition tracks were pretty solid. Uh, but from Closer to The Chase, that was when it started picking up, and I was like, okay, this is not doing so bad. But Gossip just felt lazy. Kellen Quinn's not really using it with his voice to sound really good and use his high pitched voice like he did with the newest album or the latest album they did 2 years ago, which they kind of are due for another album, but that may take till 2022, unfortunately, for the next album, or the beginning of 2022. But, Legends was a iffy track. Not the best thing I've heard, but, it was fine when it goes, we could be legends after all. Hey, whoa, whoa. The Hey Woes, they sound fine, but I wasn't feeling for the beginning of this album. It just felt lazy and boring, to be honest. But the From Closer to The Chase, like I said, it did much better. It did slightly better. And War was not a bad closer to the album for the regular edition, but it didn't feel like the right kind of song to close the album. So My Life and Broken Mirrors were pretty solid tracks, in my opinion. Um, Trouble was a little underwhelming to listen to. Cheers was Cheers was just something. It didn't sound so bad, and it had a different kind of beat, and I kind of liked it from time to time, but at the same time, I just felt bored with this song. I was like, ugh, this is not that great. Um, but Hole in My Heart and Closer were very good songs. I like the beat to Closer. It sounds pretty good. And Kellen Quinn's vocal potential is starting to get a little higher towards the closer to the end of the album. Uh, but it doesn't sound so bad. The Chase was pretty solid. Uh, it's a decent track. I Need to Know sounds pretty good. And overall, the production of this album, I think the first half was not great, but the second half got a bit better. But except for War. War was just boring a little bit, in my opinion. But yeah, this is not a bad album, but it's not their best album. Production wise, like I said, the mixing's a little off from time to time, in my opinion. I don't hate Sleeping with Sirens. I actually like this band. I just think they could have done a bit better with this record. Uh, But hey, it's just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me on it. It's just how I felt when I was listening to this new Tuesday album review I'm reviewing. But overall, I thought Sleeping with Sirens Gossip, the album, was decent at best. I'm about ready to rate this album in just a moment. Forgot to mention One Man Army. That was not my favorite. Uh, Broken Mirrors, I like the scream with Kellen Quinn in the song. He does light screams in this song. In My Life, he kind of did that a bit, but not as much. But it sounded much better with the deluxe edition tracks. So for a score, I'm going to give Sleeping with Sirens Gossip a 7 out of 10. This was decent. It's not a terrible album, just a little underwhelming from time to time. Like I said, the first half's going to bore the shit out of you, and all the way to War, it gets a little better, but not the best thing. Kellen Quinn's vocal range is very low and lazy in the first 6 songs. Then when you get to Closer all the way to the end of the album, it picks up. So that's what I'm going to commend them for at least trying to make a mellow record, but not the best record I've heard from their discography. I gotta hear their other albums, of course, like Madness, the 2013 album Feel, I think is what it's called. So I gotta listen to their earlier material and see what I think of it, but that'll be for another time. But comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of this new Tuesday album review I did for Sleeping with Sirens Gossip, if you've heard it. And if you like this new Tuesday album review I did for you guys, hopefully you like it. Comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. Tap like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you can to support the channel. I will be returning to you, I think, tonight for another video. I'm gonna try to watch The Quiet Place Part 2 tonight if I can come around to it. And then I'll get to some newer movies, the recent movies. I'm trying to get caught up with the newer movies, so it's gonna take a bit to get officially caught up. But I'll also do the Beartooth's new album review for Below. I'm gonna check that out this coming up Friday. I hope it's a good album because I've been hearing all the singles, and 3 of them are very good, like really good, to where I really love them. But the last song, Fed Up, was not my favorite. It was alright, but it could have done a bit better, and sorry if I moved this a bit. I accidentally hit it with my elbow. But I hope you enjoyed this Tuesday album review. Like I said, I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. Um, and yeah, I'll definitely check out some more Sleeping with Sirens discography. I'll get to the earlier ones in a bit. It's gonna take probably another few months to get into the next discography or next few albums to listen to for Sleeping with Sirens, so it's gonna take a bit of time, but I hope you enjoyed this Tuesday album review for episode 7 for Sleeping with Sirens Gossip. Stay safe, take care, and as always, I'll see you in my next video.